Yo, what up, guys? What up? What up? Hopefully, y'all guys doing good, man. In this video, we're going to be talking about, do most programmers honestly enjoy writing code? Right? Do you program it? Do y'all, guys, y'all tell me, bro, put in the comments, do you truly enjoy writing code? And how long have you been writing? 2 years, 10 years, 15, 20 plus years? Drop in the comment, man. I really want to know. But before we get started, guys, if you could give me a follow, man, subscribe to my channel, give me a follow on X, Twitch, on Kick. And again, man, be on the lookout for any tweets that I may send out related to some giveaways that I do, or just when I'm live stream, all that stuff, guys. But go ahead, man, give me a follow, man. I appreciate it. And let's get started. So I was reading this post, and if we take a look at it, the title is, do most programmers honestly enjoy writing code? Right? So it's I think it's a very interesting subject, man, because what I have came to observe and make my own conclusion, what I came to realize, man, is just because you're a programmer doesn't mean that you actually enjoy coding. I think there's a pattern, and one of the patterns that I have noticed is maybe in the beginning there's some enjoyment, like some excitement, like I want to learn how to code, right? Coding's cool, maybe because you want to be a game developer and you want to build your own game or whatever it may be, right? But there's this initial enthusiasm to become a software developer, and let me put it this way: back when I first got started, not once was it because of the money. To be honest with you, I had no idea how much they even made. I believe at the time I was probably like, yeah, they make good money. Like compared to what I was making at the time, they're like, dude, they make way more than me. But I didn't think from a sense of, oh, these guys are making $250,000 or even $500,000 or whatever dollars. Like that was not even a understanding, right? Because I did not understand. I did not know. Put it that way, man. I just didn't know. For me, when I first got started programming, there was this enjoyment. I was trying to solve a problem. I wanted to learn. I was excited to learn. So I did, dove in. I spent hours, spare time, weekends, all that stuff, right? And I think a lot of y'all probably have done that, right? There's this enjoyment, this enthusiasm. So you start spending hours taking tutorials. Maybe you try to build something or whatever it may be. So I think a lot of people start off that way. Like there's a big pool of people that start off that way. But then what happens, then you start having these groups, right? You got the ones that they really did not enjoy it or love it. They kind of lied to themselves, but they really didn't. And you could tell because they fall off. After a couple of years, they just fade away, man. They switch careers. They're not software developers anymore. They're doing something else because they got burned out, or, because they just truly did not like it. I do feel you got some people, right, that fit in that category. You got other people that are honest. They know they don't like it, right? They know they don't like it, and they treat it like a job. So they come, they do their work, they try to do the best that they can, and they do good work, obviously, so they don't get fired. And they just job hop every 2-3 years, get a raise. They're collecting that money, investing it, being smart with the money, because they know in their mind, like, hey, I'm going to do this for X amount of years. Dude, I want to bounce. I want to retire early and quit this job, and because I don't like it anyways, but it pays well, right? It pays well. So you got those individuals that do that, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. They're actually smart from a sense of you don't like it, but you're good at it or good enough where you're getting paid very well. So get paid, right? It's a job. All means, you know how many people in this world work at a job that they don't like? Many people. The difference is if you're able to actually make a good income doing it, that's no difference, right? But you just have the benefits of saving like crazy and investing like crazy, so you could quit that job, faster than somebody else. But again, you got people that fit that bucket when it comes to, do they honestly enjoy? They don't, but they do their work, they do good work, and then their plan is to bounce soon, right? There's people that do that, they fit there in that bucket. I think a lot of people, though, fit in that bucket where they're very excited in the beginning. There's some enthusiasm. And then as time goes on, they're not as excited, right, to code anymore. A lot of it is because maybe they've been coding the same language, or maybe they're working on the same projects. But I think what happens, I think that what it is, people grow up, right? People now, they get married. You know, when you're in your early 20s, you're single. As an example, dude, you could stay up late, do all kinds of coding sessions, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. But then now, when you become in your 30s, most likely you get married, you have kids. Now there's responsibility with kids. Maybe you have a wife that has a career as well. So now you gotta have this balance of, hey, will you take this kid to school and not pick him up or whatever? So the late nights of coding or whatever, things of that nature, kind of go out the window. Like, you can't. You're kind of strapped. That time becomes more valuable. Put it that way. So now there's other priorities in your life, which could be your family, right? Family and, just enjoying life. That's the other thing, right? It doesn't, just those aspects of it. So now your priorities change, and because your priorities change, you're not as excited to code. I'm not saying you necessarily hate coding, but the excitement behind coding, it's not the same as, let's say, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right? Probably when, that individual was in their early 20s. And those are the ones I feel that a lot of people fall in that bucket, right? Where they have long careers, 20 years, 30 years even, working in that field as a software developer, doing whatever, right? But do they love it? Probably not. Do they hate it? I don't think they hate it. But do they love it? No, it's kind of in that middle range, right? It's kind of like, I don't love it the way I used to, but I don't hate it. And they do get excited every once in a while, like maybe specific projects or something new, but it's kind of very short term, right? It's like this short excitement, and then it kind of fades away quickly. And a lot of it, I think, is just because of the other responsibilities, right, in their life, their family, things happen, right? Oh, your child gets sick, so now your mind focuses on something else, right? There's just a lot of other stuff that goes on, where it's not like you can just throw yourself as easily, maybe you were in your 20s, into coding and do late night sessions and do all that stuff. It's just not the same, man. And I think because of that, it becomes a little bit more tougher. And then also, I think just one of those deals, because you've been doing it so long, especially if it's like stuff you've been doing over and over again, you get a little bit bored as well, right? And that's where I kind of mentioned, where sometimes when new stuff pops up, maybe you get a little excited here and there when there's some new things that are popping up. So I think a lot of people fit in that bucket. And then you got the ones who truly, like, from beginning to 30, 40 plus years later, dude, these guys are coding late night sessions, coding weekends, like, and they truly enjoy it. They still enjoy it. There's something to it that they enjoy. And I think there's a very small population of that. Again, I think you got that those people that from day one all the way to 30 plus years later, they really love coding. They still enjoy it. Again, small population. I think you got a bigger population of the ones who they enjoyed in the beginning, but as years go on, it kind of fades away. But they don't hate it, obviously. So they don't hate it. They don't leave it. They don't get another career. They stay in it. But they got to find little things here and there to excite them again, right? And then again, you got the ones who, dude, they don't enjoy it at all. But dude, they're going to milk it until they can't milk it no more, make the money and leave. That's their goal. And then you got that final group that I feel that they tell themselves they enjoy, right? Again, they're lying to themselves that they enjoy, man, I love programming, right? It's in my blood and this and that. But deep down inside, dude, they hate it. I hate it, but I'm doing it because it pays well. They're trying to convince themselves that they love it. I enjoy it. And then I feel they get burnt out because now they're forcing themselves to do something that they hate. And they're going out of the way to force it even more, it seems like. And they get burned out. They quit. They end up getting another job, doing something completely different industry. I have seen that happen as well. But again, I think going back to, do most programmers honestly enjoy writing code? My personal observation is most do not enjoy. I think most are in that they don't hate it, and maybe there's some enjoyment, but they don't love it either, right? It's kind of that, it's my job, right? I'm just doing my job, and it is what it is. But you got the small percentage that truly love it, man, like really, really love it. But I think most fit in that middle ground range, right? Like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it type deal. And I think those are the ones that have been programming for a long time as well. I do feel all of the people that are in that bucket when they first started, they were very excited and very, like, truly enjoyed programming for the first couple of years. But again, once you get to like year 10 of programming, writing code, I feel like it starts to kind of, the enjoyment fades away a little bit, right? Some faster than most, but it starts to fade away. And a lot of it has to do because, how I mentioned, by then, right, you get married, you have family, you have kids, the kids are getting older, you have other responsibilities. So it just, other stuff takes more of a precedence compared to maybe when you're younger, no family, no kids, you could focus on coding, learning new stuff, all of that, right? Where you get older, not so much. So because of that, I think the enjoyment kind of, again, not as much. But again, I could be wrong, man. Y'all, I mean, I want to know from y'all, right? Leave in the chat. Y'all let me know. Those of y'all who have been programming for 10 plus years, how many of y'all like truly still enjoy coding? Like honestly enjoy coding. Not just code because, hey, I got to do it, it's a part of my job, but like really, really enjoy coding. I really want to know, man. 10 plus years. I'm going to assume 10 years and under, there will be a lot of people or a good handful of people that enjoy it. But I'm curious about the 10 plus years, folks, right? Where do you fall in that bucket? Do you truly enjoy the coding still after 10 years? Or are you kind of, how I mentioned that, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's kind of in that mid range. I'm very interested to hear about that. Again, guys, man, appreciate it for follow me here on YouTube if you are following me. But if you're not, man, go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now, guys. Subscribe. Again, appreciate for everything. How I mentioned before in my previous video, live streams are coming back. So September, what was it, 21st. So which is like 3 weeks or so from now, something like that. Live streams are coming back. So be on the lookout for that. Follow me on X. Look out for my tweet when I'm live. And again, man, appreciate it. Thanks for everything. And y'all take care, guys. Peace.